Welcome back to the Coast Podcast.
Your show with the host, this guy and that guy. And
someday I'll get
we got Ferris around here somewhere. Is Ferris say hi to the people?
Hey.
I was expecting that. If you.
No, I'm going to be nice tonight.
Really? You sure you can do that? We'll see.
No,
that is something new. You're right.
If y'all want to make a bet on it, I'm going to win that money.
Yeah,
I ain't got no money to bet, but before we get going, like, subscribe, comment, share, check out the link tree down in the bio. Buy some stuff, man. We had some stuff going out off the shelves a little while ago. It slowed down a bit. Come on, y'all. We poor.
Well, yeah, it's just not nice if you don't buy.
Right? You know what I don't understand about all that? We create this online store that has merchandise that people can buy and whatnot, and it's really cool shit, right? I think my favorite is still the do work, be humble, but you know, I may have had a hand in designing that one a little bit, so I might be a little bit biased, but whatever. Anyways, throw all that aside. You got, I'm gonna try to be nice myself too, Ferris. You got people. You have people out there in the universe that go on things like Patreon, and they get all these subscribers, and people are paying them stuff and whatnot. You got other people that sell pictures of their lip and feet on OnlyFans, and they're making $12,000 just by showing a picture of my big toe.
Sells jars of her farts
and stool.
Yeah, and we're over here like, look at this beautiful product and 3 sales. Okay.
We did sell a Camp Lejeune shirt the other day.
Oh, that's good. Oh, man. My garage door that was letting in cooler air than what's going on in the garage is closed. It's hot. I'll be right back.
You know what that means.
That just means the show's about to get better because this guy's going to step away.
It's about to get sexy. What is this? Look at
that ghost.
There's an entity in his damn area.
Apparition. What is that?
What is going on?
Oh, it's gone.
Now he's a lobster.
What happened with that lighting? Holy shit, huh?
You got up and there was like all of a sudden there's something going on. That's weird.
Yeah, I saw that when I was coming back. I'm like, wow, that's really whitewashed. And then I sit down and I'm like, bright pink. What the?
The ghost shut your door, and then when you moved, it got in your place.
Speaking of entity, I do want to mention, of course, y'all are aware of this, and we couldn't make it happen to the show. But for those viewers out there and listeners, we will be having a medium on at some point.
Oh,
so that'd be kind of interesting.
I'm more of a large.
I don't know about that.
Me too, Nick.
Paris, how are you a large?
I am, man. I'm a large. Because if I wear a medium, it's like I poured it on.
Ferris got that 5'3", 240 walking around. Muscle.
I just want to mention that a certain platform was very rude.
Oh, which one?
This one.
That, you know what? It happens. Is it the one that has a Y and a T in it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We did an episode, good Lord.
A year ago.
Yeah. And now all of a sudden they're saying, oh, that's medical misinformation. Strike one on you. It's gone. I went back and looked at it. I don't know what they're talking about.
We must have mentioned something about a certain Jabby McJabberson.
You were talking about it, but you were showing actual shit. Like you had a web page pulled up.
Wait, was it that? It was that one?
Yeah, it was that one.
It was the one where I pulled up the actual
how many
information
people?
And was breaking down the numbers and basically saying this is this, not
percentages,
this, even though it's being projected as this. And then lo and behold, what does the CDC do? Like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago? What'd they say? Yeah, we no longer differentiate the difference between a vaccinated or an unvaccinated individual. I fucking said it, YouTube. Kiss my ass.
And they tore it down
right a year ago.
the
I'm
CDC
fucking right
said
now.
that.
Yeah. maybe that's the misinformation. Now they're saying that it's not. So what you were saying a year ago, you know what I'm saying? Or what they were saying a year ago
Unbelievable.
is
Maybe
now
because it's a
misinformation.
little odd to. Usually they pick that up instantly, like a day. Why
Right.
a
Yeah.
year later?
Well,
Who
you had a
knows,
problem.
dude?
You had a problem with an episode that you appealed, right, Nick? And
I
they put it
appealed
back
one
up or
before
something.
and it went back. I got it back. I
Yeah.
appealed this
Yeah.
one and they said after further review, there's definitely medical misinformation. You think they would at least tell you, okay, tell me the time frame. What is it that we said that was wrong? They won't give you that information. They say, nope.
Just pull the whole damn thing.
Hey, you should at
Well,
least tell us what we said so we don't say it again. You won't
That's
just
sad.
will not disclose that. So how do you believe them? They could be just saying it just for whatever reason.
Well, I
I got
had
two
a
words for you: communist state.
I had
Back
another
to
problem with another certain platform that we frequent, the old tickety tockety. I think I told you guys about this one, not on the show, but I told you guys off the air. They pulled like, I don't know, 10, 12 videos of mine citing all kinds of fucking weird. Yeah, they pulled like 10 to 12 videos citing all kinds of weird shit. Like I was illegally selling and distributing goods on one of them, and I'm like, how? I didn't sell anything. I shared a freaking news clip. Like, what the hell? So I appealed every single one of them. Every single one of them got reinstated. Okay. And I went from, oh God, I went from 15,000 to like 21,000 followers over the course of the next like 4 or 5 days. It was great. Like, yeah. Thanks, tickety tocketies. Appreciate you. Bunch of yahoos.
sons of
Well, and that's the thing that's going on now, dude.
Yahoo!
The level of censorship
it is ridiculous.
nowadays is insane. And you know what's going to happen? This video is going to get pulled off of YouTube now. If we put a clip from right here on TikTok, it'll get pulled too, because I mentioned the word censorship and the fact that our right to freely speak our minds is being infringed upon. That's our First Amendment, y'all. And they're taking it away. And they're claiming it's fact checking and this and that and the other. Okay. When the founding fathers wrote the Constitution and when we got our when we got our Bill of Rights and we were given the freedom of speech, they didn't give a fuck. You can claim something. You can claim something all day long, just like I don't know if I want to go down that route, actually. Anyways,
all I'm saying is if they're
y'all
going to
know we
claim you
have
did something
schools.
wrong, they
You
got
know,
to
there's
tell you what
schools
it
out
is.
there. Oh, exactly. You know, there's schools out there that are legitimately putting litter boxes out for little kids that want to claim that they're cats or dogs as an identity.
Yes.
That's the truth. That's not misinformation of any kind. There are legitimately schools out there putting out litter boxes for kids who, quote, identify as a dog or a cat. I'm sorry. You are a human being.
I saw a I guess it was a school board meeting or some kind of town hall or something, and a lady stood up and asked a very, very legitimate question, which was, some of these furries that we were talking about, furries here, kids that identify as animals or whatever.
Oh, is that what
And
they call them? Furries?
yeah, I'm thinking it's the same. I mean, you got kids that dress up like furries and go to school. They think they're animals. They believe they're animals. Identify as animals. And then you got those that just identify as animals. They just act like animals. They may not dress up. But in this particular school, they're dressing up. And one of the items on their dress code is that they can't wear tank tops. Like girls can't wear tank tops because it's distracting. And her point was, so you're telling me that a tank top is more distracting than a child dressed up as an animal every day in the classroom.
Going meow and wolf and licking their hand.
Dude,
and
did you
rubbing
see
their
the
head.
video of the kids in class? There was a girl at a desk and a boy, I think it was, and the one was barking and the girl was going, and they were acting like fucking cats and dogs.
No.
Oh my god.
And this lady she didn't even have an
For
opinion
real?
about whether they could identify as that or not, right? She was just making a point on the dress code. I mean, fair is only an event nowadays. It's not a state of mind. There's nothing fair
It's
anymore.
insane, dude.
I think I'm going to catch a lot of flack for what I'm about to say next, and we may decide to edit it out in post production. And if so, that's fine. Fair as Nick, fair warning. First things first, we should probably throw in a commercial or something in case we do edit it out. But if not,
And now a word from our sponsor. Oh, wait.
Right. Let me just throw this out there. I have friends, legitimate friends.
You do?
That are trans. Okay. They're born male, identify as female, vice versa, so on and so forth. And that's fine. I have no problem with that. However, at the end of the day, if your downstairs is reflective of what you were given at birth, then that's what you are until that's been changed, in this guy's opinion. That's just my opinion. If you're a man who identifies as a woman, that's cool. I have no problem with that. But don't say you're a woman if you've got a schlong hanging down in between your legs. You can dress up however you want. That's fine. I'm not going to fault you for it. Where I draw the line is when someone else tells me what I'm supposed to believe because they believe differently. That's the point that I want to make.
Yeah, don't tell me
Just
what to
because
believe.
somebody, huh?
Don't tell me what to believe.
Exactly. Don't tell me what to believe or what my
You
viewpoints
can't tell
are.
them what to believe.
Because if you do and it goes against what they believe, then you're wrong, buddy.
So how does that hypocrisy work?
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just it's mind-boggling to me.
Let me
Luckily,
believe what I want, and then you have to believe what I want you to believe. It's like,
yeah.
wait, what?
Luckily, the friends that I have that are identify as trans or whatever, they understand where I'm coming from and what my beliefs are, and I still call them by their name. It doesn't matter to me if you want me to call you Charlie or Charlene. I'll call you whatever name you want me to call you. But when I'm talking about you with other people and you're not around, and I know 100% definitively that you've got male genitalia in between your legs, I'm gonna refer to you as him. Sorry, not sorry. You get that fixed, I'll refer to you as her. Now, here's the other thing, too. Have you seen the pictures going around on the interwebs about dudes with pregnant bellies? Because now they're claiming that when a man identifies as a woman and goes through that surgical change, if you will, that now she can get pregnant. No, she can't. She can't. It's impossible. Sorry about your luck.
I don't know why
I'm not saying it to be a dick. I'm not saying it to be mean. I said I was going to be nice. I'm trying not to get super crazy here. But at the end of the day, one, we have freedom of speech where we are allowed to speak our minds. Right now, we're just having a lovely conversation and we're sharing opinions and how we feel about things. Yeah. You can't tell me what I believe or don't believe in. And the thing about it, too, is at the end of the day, if we can't civilly disagree with each other on something, then that's where the system has failed us, because we should be able to debate things without losing our shit and without hating each other. And my friends that I have that are trans, they understand this, and I love them fucking dearly. I really, really do.
I think this
And guess
nation's
what?
suffering from
I can have this conversation with them and they don't get upset because they're awesome.
I can't speak for the world as a whole, but I know this nation is suffering from a massive uh, case of cabin fever. It's like we got locked down, people came out just nuts. You know, like the Karens and Chads just came out, and because it's all over social media.
Well, they need
Karens and
attention
Chads.
badly. They're
Yeah.
starving for attention.
Oh,
Well,
man.
I've always had the same stance you have, Brandon, with somebody that identifies as anything, right? Fine.
Mhm.
You can live your life as the opposite gender or a furry or a vegetable. You know, sorry to those that are paraplegic or quadriplegic. That's not what I mean. But a vegetable, just not whatever you want to be. But when you die,
I understand what you're talking about.
when you die, and 100 years later, somebody assumes your grave, and they see your bones, and they run DNA, you are what you are.
That's right.
They're not going to care one way or the other. Now, you as a person that identifies as something you're not may not care about that. It's all about the living acceptance. They don't care about what happens when they die. That argument's been talked about for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But the reality is, like you said, at the end of the day, you are what you are. You were made a certain way. Psychologically, mentally, emotionally, you may feel a different way. And I respect that. Okay. It's the same thing as saying, I don't like spaghetti. Nobody cares if I like spaghetti or not. The only person gonna care if I'm in an Italian restaurant and just order spaghetti and I tell the cook I don't like your spaghetti. He's gonna take it personal, or she's gonna take it personal because I just don't like it. I don't like it. But nobody else is gonna care.
Yeah.
And you just, ugh.
The thing that gets me the most, I think, is when somebody wants to identify as something that they weren't born as, okay? And then they get upset at you or anyone else who quote unquote misidentifies them from like we're a fucking mind reader. Like, sorry, you got a big old beard on your face and you're built like a man front and back. I'm gonna say, what's up, dude?
Pretty much.
I mean, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm really not. Like I said, I have friends that are trans and I love them dearly with everything that I got. But it's like, why, when you adopt a certain mindset, why must the entire world adopt the same mindset? It's almost like it's not okay to be a minority group anymore. You know what I mean? It's like if the minority doesn't become the majority, then they're not speaking loud enough, I guess. I don't know how I want to say it or what I'm even trying to get at this point now. I'm just talking on my ass. I think I'm done.
Well, what happened to the 90s goth individualism, right? That minority group didn't care what people thought. They just did. They lived how they wore the black clothes, the makeup.
Yep.
And that's an example. There are other groups that
they
are
put
like
in their
that,
damn vampire things.
Yeah,
and they painted their nails black.
They didn't care if maybe in some cases it was a cry for help and they were just wanting attention. But I knew a lot of gothic teenagers growing up, and a lot of them were my friends. And I got to ask them, why do you do this? And I'm being an individual. I feel comfortable in this color. I feel comfortable being this way. It's who I am. I don't care if anybody accepts me or not. And that's the way.
That's the key. That's the key right there. What you just said. Right. I don't care if anybody accepts me or not. This is how I feel comfortable. Yeah, this is how I want to live my life. That right there, 100%. That is awesome. That's how it should be.
It's when they're saying you shouldn't believe your shit, but you should believe my shit. But I can believe my shit, but I'm not believing your shit. It's like
ding, ding, ding,
dude. It's all equality or nothing. Sorry.
Thank you very, very much. Exactly. Well put. I couldn't have put it any better myself.
Drive me nuts.
What did you have on your mind, bud? You said you knew you had something that you wanted to talk about.
I
just kind of went.
How could you follow
left field here?
The YouTube thing, getting the next aid.
Okay. So we're still somewhat on we're still somewhat on topic. We're talking about freedom of speech today, apparently.
I don't know what's worse. Seeing grown-ups like getting up 20s, 30s, where they should have a clue doing this type of thing. Or watching little kids and parents saying, yeah, go ahead and believe that. And like letting kids do that before they're evolved enough to even understand it.
Dude, there's so much that I just want to say and I can't. I don't think I can edit myself enough anymore.
I'm just saying like I'm not going to say the name, but there's actresses out there that have a kid that's like a toddler, literally like months old, going, this isn't a boy, this is a girl. I'm like, are you kidding me? You've decided your boy is a girl now, and it's not even a year old.
Well, and that's the other thing too. They're working on things where kids can get like gender reassignment surgeries and this and that. They're
Hormone
fucking
suppressors and
kids,
all kinds
dude.
of weird shit.
They're kids.
It ain't right.
If the law, right? And we've already discussed laws in the past. They're actually codes and this and that and the other blah 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 blah. I don't want to get into that. I'm speaking in general terms that everybody understands through the system of being indoctrinated through however we were, brought up. And we're all pretty much brought up along the same lines because of schools and this and that and the other blah 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 blah. Anyways, the law, quote unquote law, states that minors, right? They get tried as minors when they break the law. Adults get tried as adults because children are incapable up to a certain extent of deciphering right from wrong.
Right.
Therefore, that's why minors have their deal and adults are tried their way through the legal system. The same should apply to what we're talking about. That kid shouldn't be getting any kind of fucking hormone replacement or gender reassignment
Imagine when they
surgeries or
grow
whatever
old
before
enough.
they're in their fucking mid-20s and can make up their own God
What do they
bless
do when
them
they get old enough and they
mind.
go, "Oh shit, what the fuck did I do?
Right?
Mom, you let me do that? I was a fucking
Right?
kid."
Exact. Oh, by the way, how do I reverse that? Let me
Well,
think about that one real quick. Good luck.
it ain't right, man. There's got to be a bigger reason they're doing that shit. It makes no sense.
All I'm saying is the world used to make sense back in the,
It
like
don't
Ferris
now,
mentioned
dude.
earlier, the 80s and the 90s, right?
The world
Everything
is
kind of made
just
sense.
makes
But
zero sense. It's like a movie.
today's day and age, dude, I'm fearful. I really am. I'm fearful of what the next 20, 30, 40, or 50 years is going to bring. And I really hope I'm around for another 50.
Why the hell
That'd
ain't
be
anybody
cool.
want to like identify as like a Looney Tunes character or something?
I got dibs on Bugs Bunny. No, I'm more of an Elmer
I'd
Fudd
love
guy.
to be Marvin the Martian. I've
I'm
already got the
waiting to
height
see
down.
freaking cartoons jumping around like Cool World or something.
I could dig on some Marvin the Martian.
Underdog.
I'm going to blow up the earth. Don't get on us YouTube, TikTok. That's what Marvin the Martian said in Looney Tunes back in the day. And don't try to Mandela effect some fucking shit. I remember watching that shit. Oh man.
Dude. Anyways, any good thoughts?
There's so much. Yeah, I got a really good thought. There's too much bullshit in the Well, let's get back to you ever heard that acronym KISS? Keep it simple, stupid. Let's get back to that.
Yeah.
Let's get back to that.
Sounds
Things
good.
are better. Oh man, all I know is some really, really hard times are probably headed our way, gentlemen. I'm just saying, gear up.
It's not going to get better anytime soon.
My only advice is whatever you believe in, stick to it. I don't care what it is. I'm all about freedom of belief. Whether it's just family oriented or work related or career, whatever religion, just believe in what you believe in and don't let anybody sway you, and don't try to sway anybody else.
That's right.
Mhm.
You
Just
want
live
your
and let
rights, give
live.
everybody else theirs.
We had an exercise for my day job at one point in time. I'm not going to give a specific time frame or anything, but one of the questions to the staff was, what do you identify as? And my answer that I blurted out for everybody, because y'all know me, I can't really hold my tongue, was a good person. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean, Brandon? I mean a good person. At the end of the day, if I've helped one person and made their day better, then I've done my job as a good person. I just try to be a good person. I try to do everything I can to just, that's all I can come up with. That's all I can come up with. And they're all coming up with all these acronyms and identification, zers, whatevers. And I'm like, that's cool. I'm a good person. I truly believe in my heart at the end of the day. That's what I identify as.
We as a society are never going to accept what somebody identifies himself as. We profile everyone we meet. If you see somebody that looks like a man, but it's actually a woman, you're gonna think they're a man until they talk like a woman, or they, you don't know,
or until they
we,
tell you they identify as
or they
such.
tell you, yes,
How's
and
that
that's what
work
they're.
when the police are trying to do their profiling? There's gonna be harassment charges. He
Well, they
called
don't.
me.
What
They
I'm
don't do.
saying, what I'm saying
They
is,
they
it's
actually they
human
don't
nature.
do the police officers when they get their training. They don't actually do racial profiling or racial discrimination, contrary to popular belief.
I'm just
They're
fucking
trained to
profiling,
do
period.
criminal.
Yeah.
Well, they do profiling, but they're trained to do criminal profiling, which is based off of a number of things, including tattoos and the style of attire that an individual wears and how they wear it. And there are studies that go so far as to analyze a certain specific. I'll just throw out a gang member, for example, where they analyze specific gang members' gait and pace in which they walk, because it can be identifiable with that group or that gang, right? So it's criminal profiling. It's not racial discrimination or racial profiling or any kind of prejudice in any way, shape, or form, contrary to what people want to believe. That's, sorry about y'all's luck, that's just not true. Now that we went down that road. Anyways,
All
I
right.
identify as a good person, even though the people listening to this that are far
Gonna
leaning
s-
left are going, no, you're not.
No,
You're a
you're
piece of
not.
shit.
You're an asshole. All right, I'm gonna throw out two cool things that's gonna lead into a question. All right. One, the rover on Mars that they
Okay.
sent there,
I
right? And
want to identify as a
and they-
Pringle chip.
oh god, I like to eat Pringles, dude.
The
Anyway,
Oh my
rover on Mars.
God.
No,
the rover
Ferris,
on
leave that one
Mars.
alone, okay?
Oh my
Listen,
God.
the rover
That's
on
a,
Mars, right?
that's an
He's
identified rabbit hole.
doing things, and he gets pictures, and it's sending pictures back, right, from Mars.
Okay.
Follow me?
The rover on Mars is capturing pictures and sending it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or the new
shit.
Webb huboscope thing, the satellite that's taking pictures out there. Have you heard about it?
Oh, the one that's getting like shit that's way crazy far
Yeah,
away.
crazy
They've never gotten
galaxy.
that far before, and it's coming
Yeah.
back with like crystal clear pictures. Yeah.
Yeah. That thing is 1,000,000
Fake.
miles from Earth, right?
Fake.
That's what they said.
Okay.
Explain something to me.
Fake.
Here comes the question part.
It's fake.
We are receiving these crazy pictures from a telescope satellite from 1,000,000 miles away.
Okay.
But your cell phone service fucking sucks. I don't fucking get it, dude.
It's a simple suppression of technology for us simple folks. It's out there. We just don't we're not privy to it.
It's messed up.
Did you guys see speaking of space and everything, did you see the video that's circulating around with Buzz Aldrin where he's being interviewed, and the interviewer was talking about how, oh yeah, back, they watched you guys land on the moon, and he goes, no, they didn't. They watched an animation because the technology didn't exist. Like the dude himself, straight up. No, they didn't watch us actually do that. They watched fake shit.
You want to hear a
Fake.
crazy theory I have about that real quick?
Yeah, I do. Crazy theory.
And this is extraterrestrial related. So y'all gonna like this. I think that a certain
I'm excited.
I think certain people are backtracking, like Buzz and other astronauts and scientists, things like that, to say things like that. No, we faked it. We don't have the technology, because people are, for the last 20 years, we have been asking, wait a minute, if y'all found in the 40s signs of more advanced civilization, where is the technology? Like, they're thinking, okay, they know the jig is up. They know we have it. So let's try to say we don't have it. But like Nick just said, how do we have a satellite sending pictures 1,000,000 miles away? Crisp pictures that are amazing. Like, my wife just took them and uploaded them, right? And we can't even get a freaking. I mean, we don't have flying cars, and we're supposed to by now. based on if you look at the timeline from the 40s,
Oh yeah, dude. Back to the Future let us down hardcore on that one, didn't they?
yeah.
Just saying.
But I feel like it's out there, and now they're trying to back out of the fact that we have it because they don't want to share it. It's knowledge, therefore knowledge is power.
I did
And
see recently somebody's putting out a little one person flying, it's like a plane thing, and they're making it so that anybody can get one and fly it. Like if you have a car, you don't have to have
it's a quadcopter manned drone. Is that what you're talking about?
I think so.
Yeah, I've
And
seen
Ferris
that.
would know all about the drones and
Yes.
whatnot.
Yeah, so this thing, if it's the right one I know of, it's about 129 pounds without somebody in it. Super lightweight.
Yeah.
It's got I don't know what they call it, but it's basically 4 sectional props, but over under. So it's actually 8 props, but 4 different areas, right? And they're spinning opposite directions, so it's stable as hell. Okay, so like a regular drone, usually a quadcopter only has 1 prop per corner of the drone, right? So you got 4 props.
Okay.
And they're pretty stable, but only based on the onboard computer technology to regulate the speed of each prop, so it does what it does. This thing is pretty. I'm glad you mentioned it's pretty neat as hell. I mean, it's and the pilot in it, they're talking about how you don't have to have a license because it's basically an ultralight. If y'all are familiar with ultralight planes,
Yeah.
depending on the weight, you don't have to be licensed, but you can only go to a certain altitude as well. It'll be the same thing.
Yeah, you can only go so high, so far, or whatever.
Yeah, and I think if I remember I think it was like 68 miles an hour is top speed.
Yeah.
Something like that. But that's not bad considering, and you've got 20 minutes of flight. And this is off of a battery, I believe a Tesla battery, if I'm not mistaken.
Dude, I'm telling you, I need that because when shit hits the fan, that fixes my getting on the highway thing. I just fly right the fuck over everybody.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Are we just gonna gloss over the fact that there's so much that's remained untouched from Nick's comment about pictures coming in from a million miles away?
Oh God, what do you got, man?
And I said, and I quote, "It's fake," like 86 times, right?
Yeah.
I want to share something with y'all. I'm going to share my screen right now. I know, optimize for video, share sound, blah, 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 right?
It's hard to believe.
Have y'all heard of Unreal Engine 5? It's a video editing software, okay? And it's for computers and this and that and the other, blah, 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 games, TV shows, whatever. People make shit on Unreal Engine 5 and it looks real. So let me share my screen. Let me know when you guys can see it. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. Watch that.
Check out my new channel, Ambient Caliber, for all kind of
YouTube channel.
Perfect for an example studying, relaxation, or
Red
meditation.
Caliber
Click the link
4K
in the
Unreal
video
Engine
description
5
to listen
Forest.
right away.
Look amazing is
as
the
always,
title of
Windows
this
10
video.
and 11 retail
I'm
keys
going to
are
scrub
still
through and I'm going to
$12.50
find this forest. Look at this damn thing.
Released since a couple of weeks now. That means that Unreal Engine 5
that was
is
made
out
on
of
a
beta
computer.
and you can actually
That's insane.
This looks
download and use Unreal Engine 5 since
I mean,
a lot of projects now officially
support
support
a little bit better.
Unreal Engine
But
5. And
you
what I
watch
thought
these
would be
kinds
cool
of
in this
videos, and I'm gonna stop sharing now because I just wanted to kind of show a point. But you watch those videos on Unreal Engine 5 on YouTube and you see how crisp and how clear, dude, they look like they're fucking real. They look like they're walking through the damn jungle or the forest or the city or whatever. Bro, I cannot tell the difference between whether it's real or it's Unreal Engine 5 and it's been faked. So when you're talking about that telescope and I say it's fake, they're using this kind of shit is what I think. Just my opinion.
So you're saying it's possible that the galaxies and solar systems that are coming back from that satellite are doctored by using programs that honestly Hollywood's been using for a couple of decades.
Yeah.
I want to know if it was real,
Absolutely.
how they're transporting pictures from millions of miles away. How are they sending that?
I don't think they are, dude. I think they're using some
Well, how
kind
long-
of super fancy upgraded computer fucking software, whether it's
gotta be.
Unreal
There's
Engine
no-
5 or something different, and they're making it
If they
on a
could do
computer and they're
that,
saying, look
there's
what we
no
found.
way we would not have a dead zone with phones. Our phones would
The
all work
question-
perfect no matter what.
I
The
agree.
question would be how long would it take for that satellite to get in position? So when was it sent?
That's the other thing. If
It's
this
another
is
good
something
question.
new, that was awfully fast
Yeah.
from a million miles away.
Well,
It's
you're
It'd
another
be like
talking
it's
good
having to
you're
hit
talking
satellites
lights.
to get over here.
You're talking light
Well,
speed.
how long?
So
How
I
long
mean, I
did
don't
they
know what the
say it
math is.
takes? How long did they say it takes to get to Mars from here? I know it's like a certain number of months or whatever.
About a half hour if you hit the 290.
You know what? I'm just gonna Google it.
I'm
right
gonna
now.
look it up.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
How long does it take to get to Mars?
Well,
It's the number one asked question.
Is it really? Trip to
Yep.
Mars.
I like
So
Mars bars.
a speed of 24,600 miles per hour.
Mm-hmm. The trip to Mars will
About
take
7
about
months.
7 months.
At how fast?
About 7 months. At 24,600 miles per hour, the trip to Mars will take about 7 months and about 300 million miles. So here's the thing. It takes them 7 months to get there, to get their craft that's taking all these pictures there, but it takes them 7 minutes to receive the picture.
Yeah.
Or however long it takes. Like even if it's
Well,
not, I'm exaggerating when I say
Yeah.
7 minutes. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, they say, oh yeah, it took 7 weeks for that picture to get here. Okay, but if it takes 7
All right.
months to get there, how's it only take 7 weeks to get back?
Let me just say real quick.
It's 299
I have sat right
millions.
next to somebody and sent them a picture, and it does not hit their phone instantly. You wait there a minute before they get it.
Yeah. Or if you've got really shitty service, you wait there for about 30 minutes. Just saying.
186,000 miles a second is the speed of light.
186,000 miles a second?
Oh,
Yes.
shit.
Damn.
So if it's a million miles away, you're talking 7 seconds. Is that right? So technically, I mean, there's no.
So you're saying we have a system where a digital signal can travel at the speed of light across
we have
that
a
big
system
of a distance?
If you go
That
by a
big of a
mag light,
distance, so 300 million miles or whatever they said?
if you go grab a mag light with a focused beam, that light will travel 186 miles per second to whatever object it hits, depending on the strength of the lumens to get to that point, right?
Yeah.
That's the speed of light. Now, you're talking about data
Mhm.
traveling at the speed of light. With here's my question: what about obstructions between like other planets, asteroids, things that come in contact between?
Oh, you mean
Earth.
like stars that are gonna be in the way?
Yeah. Do they like navigate around it? Does it, I mean, or is it just data out there? It goes everywhere. You know?
Well, and that's actually a good question. Like, what dimension within space does
Dementia?
that data
Oh,
travel
dementia.
on? Because can it travel through a star, that digital data, and be unscathed? I don't know.
Look,
I'm just
I don't
being a
care how
jackass.
damn. I'm telling you, this telescope is a million miles away, dude. A million
Yeah, but
miles.
if you do the math, that's a million miles is not really that far.
For the speed
Considering the
of light,
vastness.
but
It's very far.
is that
How
how
ca-
fast data travels, though, Ferris?
If it
That's
is,
what it says speed of light. I don't know about data.
then
I mean,
like that's why I brought up when I'm sitting like just the other day, I was sitting right next to my mother and I sent her a picture and it took like 30 seconds for her to get it.
but you're talking digital frequency. You're talking RF frequency, you know, and it's got to bounce off of different cell sites.
Right. Well, what do you
That's a
think
whole
that
different
satellite's doing? There ain't no way it's got a straight shot from
You're
that
right,
satellite
you're
a
right.
million miles away just right into a NASA guy's
you're right.
fucking telephone.
Let me see. I'm gonna try to. Okay. Speed.
It's just hard to believe. I don't get it.
I'm with
When
you.
I
dude.
heard
I think
that,
it's hard to
when they
believe
said, "Oh,
myself.
I've never thought about this before with Mars and shit." It was when that Webb the other day, Webb telescope said, "Oh, we're receiving new pictures of these crazy galaxies." and it said it's orbiting the sun at about 1 million miles away from the Earth. And I said, wait a minute, you're getting pictures like that from 1 million miles away, and
they're
I'm
crystal
losing
clear.
signal on my fucking phone.
And they're crystal
Crystal
clear.
clear.
And how fast is that thing moving through space?
It's
Like,
crazy. It
for
makes no
real?
sense. I'm sorry, I don't get it.
The whole thing just rubs me the wrong way.
And you know what? There's no
Because
ways
with
for
with the level of technology that we have nowadays, dude, anything can be faked.
All right,
Have you seen the
we're
deep
talking
fake
about.
stuff that they come up with?
there's
We're,
no
It
way
looks
for
like
us
a
to
real
prove any of
fucking
the
person.
stuff they tell us.
we're all right.
Mm-mm.
We've
Nope.
got a kind of an answer here. So we're talking about latency. When you're talking about data,
Right.
traveling
You're
data,
talking latency.
right? Communications don't occur instantaneously. They're bound by universal speed limit. The speed limit of light is again 186,000 miles per second. Okay, so
Now, my
there
question
again,
though, Ferris, my question though is, in our limited existence here on Earth, you just said they're bound by what again? What was that phrase?
limited speed limit, which is
Uh,
186,000 miles per second.
How do we know 100% definitively as a human race that that is actually the limit?
Because Barney Fife sat out in his squad car with a radar gun, and somebody turned the flashlight on. He clocked the son of a bitch, okay, with one bullet in his pocket in case he had to shoot that.
Oh,
I mean,
well,
I don't know how to
I'll be
answer.
the first to admit I am not the smartest son of a bitch on the planet. I'm really, really not. I'm pretty
Mhm.
damn stupid.
Me too.
But I live my life by the 2% rule. If you can be 2% smarter than what or who you're dealing with, you'll always come out on top. Okay. So you have
Look,
the
all I
world's
know,
greatest mind saying that the universe's speed limit is the speed of light, but yet we've explored what? 0.0000001% of the known fucking galaxy? Like, how can you say that's the universe's universal speed limit when the universe is,
Well, that's-
according to these same great minds, always and forever still continuing to expand, and there's no way for us to get to various other locations, what the fuck soever.
It's like when
You
they
can't
say
tell
how
me that
far
that's
shit
the
is.
limit.
Well, this galaxy is 13 light years away. How do you know that? How can you prove that? Because you can't draw a fucking ruler. How can you prove that
Because
all
you're
right.
accurate?
somebody
So
because
based,
somebody at some point in time said, here's the math, everybody believe me, and everybody went, okay.
if we use X being the speed at which we're given the speed limit,
Oh, now
right?
we're doing math. I'm out.
186,000 miles per second. I don't know where that came from. Let's just go off that. And we know the sun is not that close to us. If it was, we'd be dead. We wouldn't exist. Okay. We know there's a sun. We revolve around it. Our planet does. Unless you're a flat earther, then you just don't need to come on the show. Anyway, we know that.
I would love to
At
have a
that,
flat earther on here, dude.
at that speed limit equation, it takes 505 seconds for a beam of light from the sun to reach the Earth. Okay. Based on that, 94 million miles away. At a million miles away, it's 5.3 seconds for data to reach the Earth. So there's a delay, but you're talking the
So
speed
you're
of
telling
light.
me it takes 83.41 minutes for a beam of light from the sun to reach the Earth?
Yeah, so that's how old that light is when it hits us.
Gotcha.
How do they know how far away the sun is?
I don't know that either, Nick. Why you got to make things complicated? I don't know.
I just
They
want to know
sent
how they
somebody
get
put it to you
proof
this
of
way.
how far shit's away.
Let me put it to you this way.
That's what
This is
happened to
why I
Elvis.
would
He never
love-
came back.
Oh, I saw a video that actually proves he's alive and well and kicking and singing.
Yeah, I
in
saw
church.
that.
It was on
too,
TikTok.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like you
dude, that
can't.
video's kick
There's
ass.
no
Oh,
high enough. You
happy
can't send
day.
like a high one. I don't think there's one that high, but you can't send a high powered light. You know how they do distance with lasers? It'll hit something and come back and can tell you this, like the laser tape measures and shit.
Rangefinder.
But
yeah.
if a laser hits the sun's it ain't gonna reflect back.
Right. It's, the sun's just going to take it and
That's
be like,
right.
feed
Thank
me,
you."
Seymour. Here's my philosophy. And this is why I would love to have a flat earther on the show, because of everybody that I know. I'm probably the first person that they would be able to convince. Okay. Here's why. Everything you've ever learned in your entire life, everything that
horseshit.
you know, no. It's not necessarily horseshit, but it's information that came from another individual that you may not have necessarily verified yourself. Everything that we know, we've been taught by someone else, unless it's like on the job training and you figured out how to do something, right? OTJ is fantastic. But think about it. Math, where'd you learn math? In school, someone taught you. Science, school, someone taught you. Everything we know about space, we believe from fucking NASA, and now all this other shit's coming out talking about how they've been faking a whole bunch of stuff. We're not going to get into that because we don't want to get shut down. Well, this episode's going to get pulled by YouTube with everything else we've talked about. Anyways, if we edit out all the stuff that YouTube will pull, we'll have about a 3-minute show this week. I'm just saying. But dude, think about it. Everything you know, you've learned from someone else. How do you know that it is 100% definitive without a fucking doubt at all? Fact.
That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
You don't.
We don't know, and we as a species cannot handle the pressure of that. Here's why.
It's true.
My question
That is very true. I agree 100%.
I think that's
Our
the one
brains
reason
would
why
explode.
we have not actually put more time and effort into what we really need to be looking at, which is our own planet. Why are we spending time in outer space when we've only discovered 10% of the world's oceans?
Right.
What are we hiding from ourselves? Okay, we can't handle those depths because of pressure. We can't figure that out. But we can go to space, a void where there's still pressure, but apparently it's not as equal or as bad as the depths of the ocean. So why are we not exploring that more?
That's a very good fucking question. And Elon Musk, right? He wants to go to Mars because he wants to start a colony on Mars because what does he say? He says we're destroying our planet. How about we stop destroying our planet? And I'm not like a, little, what do they call them? Tree hugger or whatever. Not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to say any names. It's just the one that popped up. But, we do our part and recycle and all that other kinds of good jazz. But I like what Ferris said. Why bother trying to spend all the resources and whatnot to explore what's beyond our planet when we don't even know how to properly take care of our own planet to begin with? So we're going to go destroy another perfectly good fucking planet before we can fix what's going on here?
I think the answers are in our
me.
water. The answer is in our water. Here's why.
I agree.
All these planets that don't have water, that's the primary source of life, right?
Yeah.
So why are we not looking at our water? Why are we not looking at the history of the land masses in water? I mean, you can go on down a rabbit hole with that. I'm just saying, there's so much to discover.
Especially when you factor in that depending on where you live in the climate and how close or far away you are from the equator, a human being on Earth is comprised of anywhere from what they say the most recent numbers were 64% to 72% water, some shit like that. Right?
At 73, yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. We're let's just say average 70-ish.
Yeah.
Fair enough, right? We're 70-ish% water, and yet we've only explored 10% of our fucking oceans.
Yeah.
We've explored more space, according to them, than we have our own fucking world, dude. That's insane.
We know all about the outside perimeter of our globe because of all the satellites that are up there. But we don't know anything about what's below our feet.
There ain't no telling that they've fine.
I mean, we could go and we could hypothesize that all day long. Like, I believe that there's spacecraft under there. I believe that's where they're hiding out.
So, did y'all hear that car go by?
No.
Oh, you didn't hear that car go by? Oh man, dude, that was loud. It was beastly. Sorry, I got excited. Hey, did you see? Did y'all see the article where they found a like an underground oasis type place in Antarctica? It was like a jungle that they found in there with living creatures and all kinds of shit that's never been discovered before in fucking Antarctica.
Dude,
It
there's
just
so
came
much
out
not
like 2 months
discovered
ago.
on Earth. It's not even funny.
You're proving the flat earthers there, Brandon. You're starting to help them out a little bit, I think.
Did you read the article? It was quite
No, I didn't see
captivating.
it. I didn't
I
see it.
would love to interview a flat earther. If you're somebody who believes that the earth is flat, please reach out to us and
I
come on the
actually
show and
follow.
change my mind because I think you'll be able to. I'm leaning that way
I
lately.
I don't know what the
Like
truth
I'm
is.
open
I
to
do
all kinds of
know that the
ideas.
Bible talks about the firmament, and that's where I get thrown off.
I actually
don't-
follow a flat earther on TikTok. So if you want me to reach out to him, I
Do
will.
you? Oh,
Mhm.
dude, that'd be
Yeah.
fun. That'd be fun.
But look, here's the disclaimer. I follow him, and I apologize, dude, if you watch this and I talk to you and all that. But I follow him for entertainment purposes only, because
Okay, Ferris, send me the link to dude's page.
It's
I want
not
to check him
rattling
out.
off.
I want to check him out. Well, it goes back to what I said earlier, right? Everything we know, we've been taught, and we haven't really experienced ourselves. Nick, have you gone up into space?
Man, hell no.
Me neither. Ferris?
I space out a lot.
But you've never strapped yourself to a rocket and gone beyond the atmosphere and into fucking space to see it for yourself, right? Which means one thing and one thing only. You will only believe what you choose to believe because you have not experienced it for yourself.
Well, I think sci-fi has allowed us and damaged us to get ahead of ourselves a little bit too. So our expectations of what space should be, it's not necessarily that. So we're disappointing ourselves by not kind of backing up and saying, all right, what's the right way to really dive into space? Does that make sense? Like we said earlier, we expected to have flying cars by now. Well,
Yep.
maybe, but I don't know.
And yet here we are. Airplanes haven't changed in like 35 fucking years.
Are we
Southwest
ready?
is still flying the same plane from 1986. Okay.
As a collective society, here's the question. Are we ready? Can we honestly say we are ready for the technology that could be in our humanitarian possession right now? I can't even operate my smartphone
I don't think they
No.
want people to be able to handle that kind of technology. I think they're keeping us dumb to just a certain level.
Well, dude, people are dumbed to that certain level because most people wouldn't be able to handle it, bud. Have you seen what some of the populace of this planet is putting out on the fucking internet? Just in TikTok videos or YouTube videos, like, have you watched them? Have you all seen that guy
Dude,
that goes
people are
around
worse
and
than
interviews
ever.
people and he says, he asks some super basic questions like, who's the president of the United States? And they come back and they say, Nancy Pelosi. And the dude goes, yes. Have you seen that guy's videos? These are the people that we're fucking dealing with,
Dude,
bro.
I'm telling you, technology is making people stupider than ever.
I have a theory that I believe that we had a close encounter out in space of somebody visiting at a certain point, and then they finally got the information of the Tide Pod problem, and they said, "Well, I don't think we want to go to this planet." And if they end up getting the data, so that was what 4 or 5 years ago, something like that. So now, if they get the information we're going through now, we'll never get visited again. They're going to all pack up and leave.
These fuckers are stupid. We're not going there.
We're done.
I feel stupider just passing that planet.
Either that, Ferris, or human beings are really stupid enough, and the movie Men in Black is a documentary.
That's right. Speaking of documentary, hey, y'all want to do something real fun? We hadn't done in a while.
Yeah. Hey, can we throw in a legit commercial and take a pause for a second?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're gonna watch it with commercials, so go watch it right now.
Coast to Coast Apparel and Merch. We got your American State National merch here. Jump on board and get yours.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed.
Welcome back to Space Talk.
Space. Welcome back,
Dude. This is fun. Hey, Ferris, can you just say for the folks what you just said on the break? Is that possible? Or is that gonna
Absolutely.
get us
So,
cold?
about the movie reference, that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
because
Yeah. So
I made a half-assed joke before we took the commercial break about, Men in Black was a documentary, and then you just ran with it, and it was hilarious as shit.
yeah. So there are some that believe and have done some research. I'm not going to name movies, but Men in Black was one of them for sure. That they believe that Hollywood elites are connected with governmental elites and all that. And if you believe that that's true, then you got to know they share information. So a lot of these movies you see are based on documentary type facts that they use to create a script, and there's a lot of facts built into a fictional, entertaining film, right? And it's really hard to figure out what is fact and what's fiction in these films. But if you follow the money, right, what we always do, and the people associated with the higher powers in just our country
Wow.
I mean, there's some real connections there. So again, I'm not going to say any movies. You got to do your own research, because I don't even know all of them that are out there. But like, in fact, in our next little game we're going to do here in a minute, there's actually one that I'll get into that I think y'all will find really interesting, that kind of backs that theory up.
Sweet. Hit me with it.
So,
hit me with your best shot.
Fire away.
all right, so those that are watching or listening for the first time, we do a little segment. It's kind of a tradition, and the last time, on Coast to Coast podcast, and it's called News or Fake News. The way this works is that I, the producer, will act as, I guess, an announcer of some kind or whatever. I don't know. I'm just going to read this stuff off. Normally we would show it, but we're not going to do that this time. It's just, time constraints, whatever. I'm going to read an article's headline, and these two fine gentlemen are going to try to figure out if it's news or fake news based on the headline. Make sense? Clear as mud?
Clear as dirty water.
Clear as mud. I'll keep score for
well,
you, Ferris. I'll be nice.
Here we go. And if anytime, like I said, if there's one that proves to be factual as an article, and you want to see the article, just let me know. I'll either read it or I'll show it or whatever y'all want to do. But it's fine.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Number one. An Amazon woman saves pup from house fire.
News. Amazon. I'm going news for Amazon delivery woman.
What do you think, Nicholas? Did you say?
It's a time. I'm gonna go fake news. Fuck it.
You're gonna go fake?
News.
Yeah, you went real
news and fake. It is news, and Brandon's absolutely right. It's Amazon delivery woman.
Boom. Yahoo.
She was a hero.
I love a bit of
So what'd she do? She saved a dog. Is that what it said?
Yeah, she was driving by doing her job, and she saw a house on fire that the owners were not home, and I guess she identified there's a pup somewhere near the house and saved the pup. That kind of thing.
that was very nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Great story. And amongst all these negative news stories we get today, that's a good one.
And that's the thing. That's the kind of news articles I like to hear, is the good stuff. I hate hearing all the negative shit.
Woman saves pup from the fire and throws him back into the fire.
You would
realize it was a Chinese restaurant and said, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Oh, Jay. Oh man.
See, Brent, Nick.
We don't went there.
Nick laughs because he's cooked a dog before. All right, the next one. Local Australian magistrate goes down under, new law finding out outback taxes owed. Local Australian magistrate goes down under, new law finding out back taxes owed.
Goes down under new law finding back. I'll let you go first, Nick. I went first on the last one.
I'm gonna go real this time.
You dog. He took my answer. I'm still going real. I think it's news.
Okay.
That is fake news.
Really?
There was
What?
down under, Outback. Come on, there was all kinds of dad jokes in that
I
Australian
thought it
part of
was he went down
down under
pause,
new law finding Outback.
under new
Yeah.
law.
There's no comments in that at all. I guess it'd be easier if y'all had seen that or not. It's all
Son
fake.
of
Yeah,
a
what happened to
bitch.
the shared screen thing, Ferris? Come on.
It makes it easier for intelligent people like you and Nick to figure it out based on how you see it. So no,
Maybe. I
we're
never
gonna make
said
it
I
hard
was
as well.
intelligent.
No, I said that. It's a compliment. Drink your diet,
Wow.
whatever you got. All right.
You're a sweetheart. Thank you, Ferris.
A Michigan Supreme Court judge drives blind like never before.
What?
A Michigan Supreme Court judge drives blind like never before. Fake news? They're blind? How are they driving?
Real. It's real news.
It is actually news.
Son of a bitch.
A Supreme Court judge in Michigan got on a dirt track with a sheriff in the car riding shotgun, and he was totally blind. I think he's been blind since he was born, and he wanted to know what it felt like to drive a car. So they put him on a controlled track, and he drove a car with the sheriff telling him what to do.
God
That
bless
reminds me.
America.
Jethro.
That's what God bless America.
Jethro sent me a video of a blind kid playing football.
That's awesome.
Did everybody just like get out of his way, or did the kid get smeared?
Dude, the kid's like, people think that us blind people can't play football on the show. He's just running where the hell ever. He's just got his gear on and he's just running.
Poor kid.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
I will say for your blind driver story, Ferris, that is actually really cool.
It
I
is
really
cool.
do
Yeah.
think that's pretty damn cool.
I think it's. I
Now,
think
if
it's going
only they
to,
would give that opportunity to all blind people. Did I say that liberally enough?
No, I'm gonna go a step further. I think, and I don't wish any kind of handicap on people at all, but think about it. I think that more judges should be blind in a courtroom, and I'd even go as far as they need a prop like a set of scales in one hand and the gavel in the other. I mean,
Lord
you know
have
what I mean?
mercy.
Oh my
saying.
God.
Local New York witches vow to use more amphibian spells when box of reptiles delivered to wrong address.
I want it to be real. Dude, that's so out there. It has to be news. It's that's so far out there in today's day and age. That has to be real news.
I don't guess I ever connected New York to have witches, but I guess you know, hey, whatever. It's actually fake news. The only true part about that is that a box of reptiles was delivered to a wrong address.
Well,
but witches were not involved that we know of. It wasn't a notice.
We had hopes and dreams.
By the way, I'm not keeping score. I hope
Severed.
somebody else is.
Yeah, Nick and I are tied 1-1.
Okay, we're tied up. All right.
Yeah.
And we're not quite halfway, but we're getting close. All right. Satellite dish acquitted of murdering a woman as she looked out her window.
What?
Satellite dish acquitted of murdering a woman as she looked out her window.
As in the satellite dish was acquitted, or they got
That's
a
what it
picture
says.
of the woman looking out of her window, which got her acquitted. Got her.
The satellite dish got acquitted. What's that? Satellite dish acquitted of murdering a woman as she looked out her window.
It's obviously fake. They're not
Fake.
gonna
The
take a
satellite
dish to
how's
court.
it? Yeah. Fake. If you say real, Ferris, I swear on all that's holy and right in the world, dude.
I'm gonna kneel down and smack you.
I'm gonna jump up and hit you back because it's news.
It is?
No.
Yes. So what did it here's the story.
No.
A neighbor of this woman was in his yard, told the police after, she was found dead that he was committing target practice with his gun, and shooting at the satellite dish, and a bullet ricocheted off and hit her. Later, they found out that he was actually intending to hit her, to shoot her on purpose. So they actually charged him with murder once it all came out. They somehow they figured it out.
So they acquitted the satellite dish and charged him.
That's basically the dish was.
Well, it turns out the satellite dish didn't shoot the bullet.
So now
Can
I
I-
understand
does it say
we're not
what
talking
state?
about satellite like space. We're talking satellite like a satellite
Like a
dish
dish
on
in
your
the
house.
yard. Yeah.
Do you want to take a guess, Nick?
Florida?
What state?
Florida.
Actually close, but South Carolina.
Mm.
Same species.
Same species.
All right, we're still tied 1-1.
Horse.
1-1. God, y'all got to step it up. All right.
Dude, we haven't done this in a while. We're rusty.
Yeah.
I know. Brain implants uses only your thoughts to operate digital devices.
True.
Huh? Say
Brain
that
implants.
one more time.
Okay. Brain implants only uses your thoughts to operate digital devices.
True.
Oh, that's
I'm pretty sure I read something about that.
What's that thing that Musk is trying to, the Neuralink or whatever,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I'm going news. That's news for sure.
It is news, but it doesn't have to do with Musk. So basically the short of it is that 5 people volunteered to have a chip implanted,
Psychopaths.
and they can now control certain devices just by thinking the thoughts. Yeah. Pretty scary. Mm-hmm.
Nope.
I don't like that.
Not getting that mark of the devil kind of stuff. All right. Iowa time capsule hidden so well, even its location is a mystery.
What?
Fuck it. I'm going news. I buried that some bitch 80 years ago. I can't remember.
Fake.
It's news. They lost the time. I don't know where they buried it. The timer went off. Okay, we got to dig this thing up. Oh my God, we forgot.
Where the hell is it?
Where'd we put it? Hey, Gertrude, you remember where we dug that hole?
We know where Grandma Myrtle's buried in the graveyard, but we can't find the time capsule.
What state is that one?
Oh man.
Didn't you say that was Iowa? Yeah.
Iowa. All right. Paddleboarder loses phone. Scuba diver finds it the next day. Marine life discovers TikTok, refuses to give phone back.
Marine life discovers TikTok, refuses to give phone back. Fake. I mean, is Aquaman down there just perusing TikTok?
I'm going fake. That's stupid.
It's fake.
Yeah.
It's fake.
I just want to say, I was trying to find my damn time capsule.
So right now I've gotten 4 and Nick's got 3.
Hey, someone's got a lead. All right. Sick dolphin calf improves with fake nipple and humping handler's leg.
What? Oh my God.
I can't repeat it. Hold on.
Sick dolphin improves with fake nipple
Sick
and
dolphin
humping handler's leg.
Yeah.
That's real.
Really? You're
That's
gonna
real.
say real?
That's real.
Dude, even I'm going fake because it's probably real.
It's real.
I'm still saying fake.
That dolphin had some sex on that man's leg.
Improves via fake. Yeah. Let me hump your leg. Ooh, I feel much better.
Nick's gonna flip out if he's right.
It better be fake. I swear to God.
It's fake.
Oh. That would be good real news.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We all know that dolphins like to fuck just as much as, human
Yeah.
beings do, but that's just a little far-fetched for me.
Oh,
So
not that far fetched.
archaeologists believe they discovered the tomb of Santa Claus.
Fake.
Real. Santa's real, man.
According to this, not anymore.
It's just his tomb. It doesn't mean he's in there yet.
Did you just say that's actual news,
That is
Ferris?
actual news. They believe they discovered it in Turkey under the Nicholas Cathedral or something like that. Yeah.
See, it's under my cathedral.
Your cathedral, Nick. Nick is Santa Claus.
That's right.
There he is, kids. Blame
He
him
does
for not
bring
getting that.
much
Oh,
red
ho,
letter.
ho, you ain't getting shit.
North Carolina man turns penny into $100,000 in one stroke.
In one what?
Stroke.
That must have felt really good.
Dude. Nick, bro. You killing me.
It was a penny stroke.
I'm gonna say that that's real. I think he had some kind of super rare penny and he took it into some kind of shop and had it evaluated, and they're like, "It's a one of a kind. It's worth $100,000." I'm going news.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of pennies out there that
They're worth.
they're worth pretty good. They're worth a pretty good penny.
Oh.
What do you say, Nick?
I'm gonna say real.
It is news. So the story behind it is that the man pulls into his place he buys, lottery or whatever, and finds a lucky penny on the ground and uses it to scratch off a winning ticket.
Oh
$100,000.
shit.
$100,000. Yeah.
What?
No way.
Wow.
I'm guessing it was heads up because it
Well,
wouldn't
that's
have
what they
looked
say. It has to be heads up. Is what
That's
they
right.
say.
All right. So what's the score now?
6, and that guy's got 5.
Heads up
Okay.
is good, but ass up is funner.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Presidential candidate campaigns on marijuana and hyena testicles.
Hmm?
Nick, don't lose your water, bud. Marijuana and hyena testicles, buddy.
Can you imagine a guy standing at the pulpit talking about I'm the best choice because I'm gonna push for marijuana and hyena testicles. Vote for me.
I am hoping so much that this is real, but I'm gonna say that it's real coming from a different country. Because there's gotta be someone out there that's more fucked up than the US.
We're all equally fucked up. I'm going fake with that guy.
Well, Brandon, you're right, because in Kenya, they believe that this guy has at least a 20% chance of winning the presidency.
Oh my
What
God.
in the hell?
That's actual news. Holy shit.
So the story behind it
said them
is
Kenyans, and man,
his platform is that marijuana and I guess hyena testicles are like mountain oysters here. I mean, it's a delicacy or something. And he's planning on using that to better their economy. That's his platform.
Good luck,
y'all vote for me. I'll get you high and then give you the munchies. Here, eat this.
All right, a couple more.
Oh my God.
7-5. Did you ask what the score was? 7-5.
7-5. We got a couple more to go.
Okay.
7. 5 + 2 is 7.
Yes.
Topless Western leaders would be disgusting, says Putin.
True. Because he's got, news. Because he's got that picture of him on that fucking horse with no shirt on.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
News.
Totally news.
Okay, it is news, and you're right that when he was riding that horse with no shirt, and he got back to the G5 summit or whatever, and other leaders were kind of making fun of him, and he basically said, "Well, I wouldn't want to see any Western leaders because they're disgusting. They take their shirt off, you know."
I wouldn't want to see
And
Biden
you
naked
know
on no
what?
damn horse.
Yeah, dude, he's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong.
All right, last one. So it's still 8-7. Is that right?
8-6.
I get 10 points if I get it right.
Lightning
You get
round.
10
Nick,
if you
is that
get
what we're
it
doing?
right. All right, so we're doing all or nothing. If Nick gets it right and I get it wrong, he's the winner. No, I don't think so. I'm gonna win this.
All right. One-Eyed Willie's pirate ship found off the Oregon coast. So what did Steven Spielberg really know?
That's a question.
He's referencing the Goonies movie.
Yep.
That's the article headline. Or is it?
Hey, you guys!
What were they in Oregon for the Goonies movie, Nick? I can't remember.
I don't remember what state they were in.
I know they were in the Pacific Northwest area, but I thought it was more like the Washington, not necessarily Oregon. But then again, at the end of the movie,
they were.
it
I
is
think they were in
sailing.
Oregon. I could be wrong though. I have to fact check that. I don't know.
I want it to be news so badly. Like I really, really do. I think that would be badass. That's why. I just think it'd be cool. Because we were talking about exploring the oceans earlier. I've always had this like I don't want to say aspiration, but I've always had this like dream, if you will, of being like a treasure hunter and diving down into the ocean and finding a fucking pirate ship with booty. Real news.
Loot.
What do you think,
Fake.
Nick?
Fakeness of the fake. Why are you laughing like a...
Come on, Ferris.
So it is fake only because it's not One-Eyed Willie's ship. But here's the article. It's real only because they did find real life quote unquote Goonies, a mysterious shipwreck found off the Oregon coast. So they found
both.
Well,
So
it's fake
both.
because of the One-Eyed Willie part of it. It's not
Yeah.
One-Eyed Willie's ship. Researchers found nearly 330-year-old timbers from the ship in a hard-to-access cave. We talked with Scott Williams, the president of the Maritime Archaeological Association, about how a team of volunteer archaeologists are working to solve one of the most enduring mysteries of the Pacific Northwest.
That's cool.
Yeah.
See,
And
that's the kind of shit that I always wanted to do. I wanted to explore that type of stuff, be a treasure hunter. Final score, me 8, Nick 7, but he gets 10 points because he got it right and I got it wrong. So 17-8, Nick wins.
One-Eyed Willie does like to go in caves.
Wow. On that note, thanks y'all for being here this week.
Have a great
Nick,
day.
do the thing.
Like,
do the
subscribe, comment, buy some shit. You'll like it. Buy some shit. You will like it.
And let us know in those comments, what do you think? Aliens, do they live amongst us?
One-Eyed Willie.
Are we living in a Men in Black documentary as we know it?
Good question,
Anyway,
dude.
I had fun. That was a blasty blast. That was hella fun.
It was cool. A lot of good stuff. A lot of stuff to get us taken down.
Oh, dude.
Beautiful.
This episode is going to get yanked real quick, bro. And on that note, tune in next week.
Be good.
We'll see if we still have a podcast next week.
Later.
Peace.